What's the best written fictional character? Elizabeth Bennet from Pride and Prejudice's witty stands up for herself and sees through the nonsense of her society. Julius Pepperwood. Jimmy and Chuck McGill, more their relationship than them singled out. I've had multiple long discussions with friends how they influenced each other's fates, and who might be at fault and how or even if it could be prevented. Walter White. He's such a fascinating case study in being an egomaniac. I read recently that Vince Gilligan confirmed that Gretchen and Elliot never stole any of Walter's research when their gray matter company hit it big. The show somewhat hints at this, but it's never revealed if the Schwartz are telling the truth or not. This means that Walter has no actual reason for despising them. It's just the excuse he gives himself to rationalize the fact he walked away from a billion-dollar organization out of pride. Knowing this, it means that Walter had no reason to turn down the Schwartz offer to pay for his therapy. Technically, the reasoning that he didn't want to take money from those who ruined him isn't really a good justification to become a drug kingpin, but at least it's something. And he doesn't even have that. Knowing too much about a character's reasoning isn't always a good thing, but here, I think it just makes his character so much more interesting. Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. Talk about depth, he's got layers, wisdom, and some serious wizardry. Hannibal Lecter. The books were awesome. Vaz Montenegro. Randall Dean Clark. Best thing, if we never actually meet him. Christopher Moltisanti. People seem to have the urge to give the most non-cliché names in questions like this. Ignatius J. Riley. Dracula in the Castlevania series. One of the few villains, other than Magneto, whose motivation I kind of get. I don't condone it, but I get it. Dutch Vanderlyn. Earl Hickey, King of the Hill and the Boondocks. Honestly, any of the characters from the Stormlight Archive. There's so much depth to all of them. Cleopatra from Antony and Cleopatra. The baddest bitch in the history of literature. Hannah Conwold. You one cheeseburger. You're not fooling me, I know you are not real. Personally, I say Rhaenyra or Leviathan. Specifically, of course, all characters in this show are awesome except most of the women, unfortunately, but when I really think about it, Irene was a good character. Specifically at the end of Season 3 and throughout Season 4. DFW's Pat Sajak. Zuko. Holly Walnuts from The Sopranos. Atticus Finch and Jeeves. Winston Smith.